Hello? I sound slightly different today. We have a new setup because I'm streaming from another side of my room, and I'm not sitting like directly in front of my camera and my microphone. So why isn't it lighting up? Hello? Hold on. I'm supposed to be lit up. 1 second. Okay. Maybe that's why. We got it! Okay. Hello. Welcome in, Eclipsed. Hello, Action. Hello, Ash. I've been pranked by who? April? I didn't see too many like April Fools things today, but to be fair, I wasn't really seeking it out. It's been so long since we had a Jump King stream. I wonder if Prince is doing okay. I'm not. I had a new cry. I love your new microphone. This microphone? Absolutely not. This is part of a headset. Does it sound weird? Should I switch back to my regular microphone? Hello, Time. Welcome in. Time's awesome. How are you? I'm doing good. Are you being facetious? Hello, Acidic. Welcome in. It's been a while. How are you? I literally can't tell. Can you guys, like, for real, just be real with me for like a second? Does it sound weird? Do I need to switch? Can't tell because today it sounds fine. Okay, thanks. Because if it's too annoying, we can switch. I'll just sound really quiet because the microphone is like going to be behind me. Here's my setup. Ta-da! Being real that you're the April Fool, but as Ash says, it's workable. Workable? Does that mean it's not good sounding? We can switch. We can 100% switch. I'll just bump up my gain or something. I am also wearing a mask, just in case. Just in case I, you know, accidentally dox myself. I am wearing a mask. And I'm probably going to need... There's a bit more hiss than normal. Okay. I don't like that. So... Let's do this. Okay, we're back to my regular microphone. I can't do anything about the position of the microphone. But maybe... Okay, if I'm like over here, can you guys still hear me okay? Or am I like way softer? Should I turn the music down? What do you guys think? This is what we're gonna be working on. This is the fabric for my corset that I got. Like, it arrived yesterday. I'm just saving like the scraps so that I can patch stuff if I need it. Part of it is the mask. I see. Oops. Okay. I'll just like turn from time to time and double check with you guys. But yeah, we are getting artsy. So basically, just to recap, because I started working on this yesterday, but I did a mock-up. Hold on. Here. See if I can show you guys. On the side of my desk here, I have this mock-up. that I sewed together from the scraps that I had. If I can just expand this to make it larger, so I can pull it off. Also, I don't know how to loosen this yet because the laces are this is not a solid piece of garment. That's not okay. I'm struggling. Come on. Come off. Okay. Oh. Okay, I was fighting. Okay. Yesterday? No. No, it was yesterday. Today's Tuesday, right? So yesterday I put this together and I sewed it together and I tried it on. It was way too big. Today is Tuesday. Yeah, okay, so it was yesterday. So yesterday I sewed this together and I put the self-lacing. Basically, the way I lace this test one is you lace it so that in the middle there's these bunny loop ears that you can pull on, and it starts to tighten it up, and it's self-lacing. So I don't have to have someone help me, and I'll have to reach behind me, and I just pull on this to tighten it. But when I was putting this on, it's way too big, because when I cinched it, the panel met exactly. Which, if you are wearing something like a form-fitting dress, is okay, but it's supposed to have a 2-inch gap in the back here for it to be well-fitting, and it was just too big. So I actually had to go back and trim all of these pieces to be one size smaller. So I did that, and then I also got my fashion fabric. Lynn, hello, how are you? Welcome in. We're crafting today. I'm working on my corset that I'm gonna wear at Anime Expo. But I cut, so I was I don't know if you guys can see, but we cut size F out, but that was too big, so I cut everything down to size E, and then I put on my fashion layer, which is this really cute rose print jacquard. And so this side was too shiny for me. I was it's shiny, and then the roses are the non-shiny, and I was I think this is too much. So I'm deciding on this side as the outer layer. I think this is a little bit more subtle, not so flashy in my opinion. So that's what we're going with. You know, I love me some crafting. We love crafting. But if you guys haven't, please check out my friend Lynn. Of course you were playing Repo. How's Repo been? But, I tolerate crafting? Only tolerate? That's so sad. Okay, but I drew everything onto this fashion layer. And I also thread marked it because I just want to be so exact with this. So what I'm gonna do now, which I already started doing for some other pieces, these are the pieces I've already cut. And what I did was I drew a 1 centimeter border all the way around, and this is my seam allowance. So all these pieces that you see here do not have seam allowance included. So this is the exact piece that needs to be sewn. So I need some seam allowance so that I can actually sew the pieces together. So that's what we're doing right now. I might shift gears because I realized this fabric is really slippery. Like, it's just a really slippery fabric and it kind of like wants to twist and move around. So I was thinking that I would pause this first half. This is just one half of the corset. And I would test the method, because that's why I cut this out too. I want to test the method for constructing with this fabric because it's so slippery. So we might switch gears after I finish these 3 pieces. And I'm going to test something out with these smaller ones. I love it. It's so funny. It looks so scary. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but Repo looks slightly scary. YarnCon is this weekend by me. Ooh, YarnCon. What are you... Like, is it just for crafting? Like, crochet and knitting? Thank you for the save check, Acidic. Okay, what was I going to do? Sorry, that was my headset. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but I just pulled up the microphone because we're not using that microphone, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so I was going to draw 1 centimeter all the way around. Save before we cut. It's true. Measure twice, cut once. I did want to have stream up on my phone so I could read chat because I don't have a good way of looking at chat while I'm over on this side of the computer desk. It's like semi-close, but not like super close, you know? Happy Sorry. I opened Twitch so I could get to my stream manager, and I think someone's stream was playing. How do I get to stream manager? Kasane! I see. Kasane Teto. Okay, I see. I like to go and look for accessories more than anything. What kind of accessories do they have for sewing? As you can see, here will be chat so I can see you guys and also respond to you guys while I do this. If I'm too soft still, please let me know. I can turn the gain knob up, but I'm about to turn like away from the microphone, so. Gross! I'm visible on stream? Your chats are always visible on stream. What do you mean, gross? So what I'm doing right now is I have 1 centimeter on this hem marker. This is usually for like on this hem guide. It's usually for hems. But I'm just gonna mark 1 centimeter all the way around this piece. I am gonna use kind of ruler after this to be more quick about marking 1 centimeter all the way around. I just need to make sure that the pieces are the correct shape and that any curves I have are accurately conveyed on this beam allowance. Unique hooks, needles, and storage and stuff. Last year I got a hair clip made out of hammered down knitting needle. Oh my god, that's so cool. The music was a little loud compared to your voice. Thank you, Floppy. I really appreciate that. Let me turn it down. Hopefully that's better. And I'll also turn myself up a little bit. Because I will be turning around for most of stream. Thank you. I appreciate you. This is kind of a seductive tune. Oh, I'm using if you guys have seen, it's a Spirit City Lo-Fi Sessions. It's kind of like a productivity game on Steam. And I like to use it because it has a really good soundtrack for just like working and just good background noise when I want to focus on something. It's because I'm here! Oh, of course. It's all Lynn's fault. Of course it is. just want to make sure. Sometimes the little hem guide moves around, so I just need to make sure it stays on the like 1 cm when I measure the next line. I see it every time you stream. Which one? Lo-Fi Spirit City? I don't stream with it on. Usually I use it when I'm like editing late at night. So if this is on, you know, I'm usually like editing or I'm recording. Well, not recording, but I'm editing the recordings that I do late at night sometimes. As you can see, this fabric is super slippy. Like I'm not quite enjoying how slippery this fabric is. Which is why I'm like, I don't know that this fabric is super good for a fashion layer. We gotta figure something out because I don't have any fusible interfacing. And I do have cotton. I have a lot of cotton though. So if needed, we can sew cotton down to this fabric to get something to work. But I was wondering the other day, I was like, well, not the other day, yesterday when I was making dinner for myself, I was wondering, what was everyone's like pandemic hobby? What did you guys do to get through the pandemic year / 2 years? What were you guys like up to? Okay, also that's gonna get cut off, so I need to mark this again. This is 3. This way up. Where did my... I need to go find my ruler. Give me 1 second. Okay. Because for me, my pandemic hobby was sewing. I did some sourdough baking. And I also, I feel like, oh, hold on, kind of dark if I do it there. Animal Crossing and macarons. I was working. Oh, I played Animal Crossing too? I forgot about that. That's true. I think Animal Crossing came out the same month that like the whole world like went, like the whole world shut down, right? Like March. And I remember like every day that first month I was logging on to Animal Crossing. That's so funny. How many is it? 3? Okay. So I'm lining up the third line. I got the game a day earlier than everyone else? How? Did you order a physical copy? I know that, I mean, I ordered a physical copy and I couldn't wait for it to come in. So I actually just like bought it the day it came out on my Switch because I was impatient. A physical copy. Ooh, you were lucky. They mailed it to you early. Wow. That's cool. How did it feel, Floppy, to get Animal Crossing a day? Could you play it a day early? Were you playing it a day earlier than everyone else? That's so cool though. I know that when it was when it came out, I was playing it every day that summer, that spring slash summer. And I made a really cute like Sailor Moon jacket. I don't know if I can share it. I'll see if I can find a picture of it. But it like took me so long, and it was like so cute too. I don't recognize this hand. Where am I? Hi, Duo. Welcome in. How are you? I see you. I saw you streaming in the VC. How was it? Were you playing Final Fantasy 14? Where's your Boo 14? Boo! Not bad. I was getting annoyed at my 14 inventory. I see. I cleaned up my inventory yesterday. Oh my gosh, you guys. I got my first tank in Final Fantasy 14. I got my first tank to level 100. And you know what? I haven't tanked a day in my life. Have I been... Okay, hold on. Let me change something. I think I've not been moving my thing this entire time. Okay, maybe maybe this is better. Now I'm actually talking and lighting up at the same time. Cool. I saw that Duo was streaming but didn't join this time. Oh, that's okay. I hope you had fun, Duo. Starting some Final Fantasy 14 again. I played almost every day this month. I was hardcore back into it. Oh my gosh, wait. Lynn, there's no way to rename your villager, right? Because, I mean, I use my real name. And I would like to play on my save, but I don't think they allow you to change your name, right? I would have to start over. Oh, yeah. I see. I would want to, but I don't know. Has it been hard starting over, Lynn? Tell me there's hope. Tell me there's a light at the end of the tunnel. If I start over, am I not doomed forever? Sort of. I healed a 95 dungeon, and we had a DPS that died on every pull. Hi, son. Welcome in. Can I just buy more inventory? Cheater! PvP cheats! Yeah, I know. PvP is great. I love doing front lines. You know what though? I hate the new front lines that they added. The like new / old front line that they added back in. It's just there's too many objectives and people are running around like not knowing what to do. And I feel like it's too long. Like, you lose the plot halfway through the game. Because it's like way too long. Hi, son! Welcome in! It was hard at first because I had nothing. That's what I'm scared of. Like, I don't want... I want to start over! Starting over means starting at 0. And I'm scared of that. It gets better though. You're already doomed, so it's fine? Is it fine though? I don't know. But yeah, aside from Animal Crossing, I did get into sewing again. Like hardcore history bounding sewing. I also did a lot of baking during the pandemic. Really fell into like the cottagecore aesthetic. I still think cottagecore is like so adorable, but I think I'm just like, for me, I don't even know what my fashion style is. I just like cute things, and I really like the look of like Renaissance fair. I don't even know if it's like actual historical costuming, but you know, just like aspects of historical costumes and like aspects of the like fantasy Ren fair clothes for me is what I find really cute. So I think that would be the direction I go with my clothes. And the thing with me is I actually haven't bought new clothes in a very long time. I bought these really warm pants from Costco for Alaska, but before that, the last thing I bought was my Junking sweater, which was like 3 years ago. So every new piece that I make is, for me, a part of my forever wardrobe. I was talking to my best friend the other day and I was like, what if I don't like all of this stuff in like, you know, 2 to 3 years and I've like put myself on this path, but at the same time I'm making clothes that will last a long time, and I'm not making them at a speed that is unsustainable. It's not like I'm throwing away the clothes that I have to make space for these clothes. So, I don't know, in the future, if I don't want to wear this anymore, I guess I could just be like, okay, well, who wants this? Who's my measurements and wants this? Because I guess like how would you even price it? Would I just give it away for free? Not that I plan on not liking these clothes for like a long time, you know? But like all of the stuff is handmade. The worst part is I have Beardo on my island? Oh my goodness. Just play Crystalline Conflict with Mr. Blueberry? How do you know if Mr. Blueberry plays 14? What if Mr. Blueberry doesn't play 14, Duo? What should I Fantasia into, Princess? Don't say Lalafell. I'm a man, not a baby. I was about to say Lalafell because I'm a Lalafell. I love Lalafell. We're just gonna eyeball this. I have good eyeballs. I can eyeball 1cm. Especially if I already have a 1cm guide. No, I can't. It's just... Everything has to be exact. I think the other thing I should probably do is sharpen this pencil. But I am a man baby, unrelated. I don't know, I'm just throwing stuff on the wall. I mean, he's cool, right? So he better play 14? I mean, he is very cool. And he is very kind. But does that mean everyone who's cool and kind plays 14? I don't know. Am I cool and kind? I mean, I do play 14. But there can be some people who play 14 that aren't that great, you know? There are people out there like that. Last line on this side. Maybe I should sharpen. It feels so wrong to see a ruler being used to measure in inches and not centimeters. I'm using the centimeter side. Can you see? I'm using the metric side. Wolf Tracks, hello! Welcome in. Thank you for the raid. How are you guys? Welcome in. It's a Wolfpack raid. Welcome, welcome. Let me give you a shout out. How have you been? I'm crafting today, so I'm a little bit slower with the stream stuff. It's true, I'm an aspiring toxic healer. Floppy, do you play 14? Let me give you a shout out, Wolf Tracks. I have to come over here to do it. Hold on. It would be great if I could see where my chat is. How are you, Wolf? Welcome in. I bet you guys have Lalafell hand-holding dates. I sent the person I've been talking to a slutty emoji pasta earlier. She said it wasn't her cup of tea. You're kinda cool. Doing pretty good. Get out of my head, Princess! Princess is the reason the 14 channel exists was because I started playing. Oh, that's right. Well, you haven't talked about 14 in a while, Floppy, so, you know, I didn't know if you were still playing or not. But that's true. We wanted to talk more about 14, so I made that channel for everybody. But Wolf Tracks, how was stream? You were playing some Space Sprouts? What's that about? The channel is abandoned now? No, we post sometimes. We post sometimes in there. So, for those of you coming in, hello. I don't do a lot of HANDCAM streams, but we are kind of in a rush to finish a few pieces of clothing by the time Anime Expo rolls around in July. And I told myself I want to make a corset. And so now I've purchased all this fabric with the intention of making myself a corset. So that's where we're at. That's what I'm doing. So this is like the actual corset fabric, but I think I will need to take a pause on this because the fabric is really slippery. And so I'm gonna do a quick intermission and do like a test on another pattern. I found like a pattern for a neck corset. It's really cute. It's like a neck corset and it's like really small pattern pieces. So I'll use this to test like an idea I have on the way to construct this. And so that way I can put these pattern pieces aside. And if I want to, I can still use these pattern pieces, but depending on the results, I might need to just redo it anyways. We'll see. I forgot my password and stopped playing? Oh no. Playing a roguelike puzzle game? Your brain is full? Oh no, Wolf Tracks. Well, you can hang out here. Obviously, we're just crafting. It's comfy, cozy vibes tonight, so please enjoy. I don't remember which email I used because it took so long to register. Oh, Floppy. I don't know why, but this feels just like a you move. I love it. Just crafting, excuse you. This takes skill. Well, I've been doing this for a while, so I guess for me it doesn't feel like it's anything special. I feel like if you're slow and you're cautious about it, anyone can put this together. I don't think it takes a lot of particular brain power to do this. Also, if you're not allowed to do Jump King, get us more crafting streams. I won't complain. How dare you? I needed a little break between all of the game redeems. I've been going hard on Earthbound, but I feel like I need to do something for myself, and even if it's not Jump King, you know, maybe crafting will scratch the itch for me. I just like to... This is one of those tasks where I don't have to think very hard, and it's, you know, something easy for my brain, and I can kind of like zone out while doing it, you know? When I play a video game, I can't do that. I have to like focus on the game that I'm playing. But crafting and playing Jump King, it doesn't, it's like very low mental load for me. So I guess that's why I really like it. I've seen you doing Earthbound. I'm guessing you're enjoying it. Oh my god, I have. I'm so glad that Sun redeemed it because it's been such a charming little game. I haven't heard a lot of people talk about Earthbound, like in general for video games, but since I've been playing it, people have been coming in and they're like, oh my god, I love this game, or like, oh, it's so nostalgic, like I remember when I played this game, blah blah blah, and I was like, oh, I guess it's a very like beloved game. It's really cute. All of the dialogue choices and like the scenarios the characters get in are kind of silly sometimes. I cannot for the love of good craft something. Why not? I think anybody can do this, honestly. It just takes a lot of patience. So if you're patient, I think you would be good at this. You have a lot of patience and you're very careful and meticulous. I think you can do it. I'm not patient enough. Being patient sucks. I mean, being patient is okay. Not bad. Now that I know I can never eat rice again, I'm going to make miso noodles. Wait, Floppy, how come you can't eat rice again? Did your family learn about something bad about rice? Are they banning rice from the household? Is rice banned now? But yeah, I was just wondering because I was like, I know that I had a lot of hobbies, and when the pandemic struck, I like went overtime and did so many like creative things, and I was wondering if you guys were like the same. I feel like everyone's at least a little bit crafty, in my opinion. I'm very patient, and look what it's gotten me. What has it gotten you? I love seeing quick results. There's bugs in the rice? Well, I guess you'll just have to make sure to, 1, freeze your rice when you get it home, and 2, just make sure they're in an airtight container. Sorry that there's bugs in the rice. I'm gonna be so careful not to cut the thread markings so that I can keep them. I don't know, for me the scariest part about sewing is the fabric cutting. Like, actually sewing the thing isn't so nerve-wracking. I don't know why. Putting 2 pieces together isn't as scary as like cutting the one singular piece out. I guess because like this sets everything else up with like lining up the seams and making sure everything fits together. It all starts with cutting the pattern pieces. Maybe that's why I'm so scared. But yeah, frightened. You eat it then? But I'll show you guys the kind of idea I had with this too once I finish cutting this piece. Let me get my scrap jar here so I can throw stuff in. It's not so much about being that specific rice that they can never eat rice again. I mean, if you can get over your trauma of bugs and rice, you can eat rice again, I'm sure. I one time had like left a thing of flour open, or I guess I didn't seal the container well, because the next time I checked on it and I was like wanting to bake something, I think I opened it and it was just a thing full of bugs crawling around in the flour, and I was like, okay, we are not baking today. I had no idea like where they came from, but I was just like, all right, that's not happening today. I need to make this slightly too big. Also, I have something that's supposed to come in the mail today. Supposed to make sewing a little bit easier, so I don't have to like pull stuff back and forth. Get this big piece out. And then I think what I'm gonna do is, because I really want to do that sewing channel eventually, right? I want to be able to like put my sewing videos out on YouTube. So I think what I'm gonna do is just like save a recording for crafting from the live streams for crafting this, and then with enough clips and learning how to edit, I guess, I'll make an actual video. I did not cut this accurately. Those big pieces. Alright, well, that's okay. I'll figure that out. There was a crunch, maybe a chunk of fruit, which wasn't anything I was used to at the time. My father once decided to joke that some jelly we had was bug jelly. Maybe he thought that would be amusing to a little kid. Oh. Are you off, like, eating Jell-O forever? You can never eat Jell-O because of what your dad did? That's so mean. Did he tell you what it was that you bit into, or no? I feel like parents just do things that they think are so jokey, but like actually traumatize their children for like years. As adults, I feel like that carries into your adulthood, you know? Then later, oh. It's only after thinking about it for decades that I figured that's probably it. He never told you? Oh my god, that's terrible. That's terrifying. My family liked making me cry on purpose because they thought it was funny? That's terrible. You know, I think that was kind of the same way with my family. Like, my cousins and even my brother and sister, because they were younger than me. I told you guys, right? My brother and sister like picked on me when I was little. They would gang up on me, and it was because like I was the slightly different kid, you know. I liked anime, and I liked like cute things, and I was really girly. And my sister was really insistent on being a tomboy, you know. And so all of my older cousins would make fun of me and pick on me, and like I cried a lot, and maybe they thought it was funny, so that's why they kept doing it, because I kept crying, you know. I was so reactive. And now I just hate them. I like don't, and I guess maybe that's why I really don't miss like going to visit home. I'm like, you know, like, who wants to spend time with a whole bunch of assholes? Not me. I kind of just didn't want Jelly at all, but that could be for any reason. I don't think he knew. That's terrible. Why give it to your kid then, dude? Absolutely terrible. Duo, don't fuck up your kids. Ah, you're a girl. Exactly. You're a girl. You like girly things. We're gonna make fun of you for it. Once I had pancakes or something in my grandmother's house. I wondered what those little specks were in her syrup. Oh, I mean, I don't think bugs can be in syrup, can they? I don't think you have to worry about that. Okay. Alright, these are all the pieces. I need to actually switch gears because I don't quite like how slippery that is. So I'm gonna do a test. Ants can certainly crawl into a bottle of syrup and drown? Do you think they changed as adults? I don't know. Maybe my cousins changed, but I wouldn't bet on it. That's totally what it was, ants? Oh my god. That's very concerning. Okay. This is what I wanted to do. I do have this fabric that I found in my container, and I think this would be good to test the neck corset pattern, because I think all of this will fit if I layer it carefully. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut this chunk out. Oop, oop. Pattern pieces just falling. I might not care too much if I'm being, I mean, I do care a little bit if I'm being wasteful of fabric, but let's just see here. Okay, we're just gonna lay out the pattern pieces. And if they fit, we should be good. Okay, I think it's good. So actually, I'm gonna get out my rotary cutter so I can do this all in one go. Edge. Okay, I do need to account for seam allowance, so let's say that much. I bully my kids with love. I mean, hopefully it's just love, right? Hopefully it's not something malicious. All right. Okay. So I think what I wanted to do, this is the fabric. It's the same fabric, but in dark blue. This is the fabric I wanted to test out for the neck corset. I am using it for like a sash, but it is the same type of fabric with the like roses, but in dark blue instead. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to I need a piece that's this long. Maybe this might be too long. Let's see. Where did my... For now, let's use this. Okay, I don't care about the pattern pieces for right now. I basically just want the same size of this fabric. Okay, this fabric is gonna fray like crazy when I cut it though. What can I do? I might need to use my serger on the side. Sorry, I had to pause. Okay, I might need to serge the fabric, but that's okay. We'll serge both sides. Okay, so if we're serging, I'm gonna give it a little bit extra on here. And just trim this last corner because I didn't cut it all the way. Oh. Okay, I need to be right back. I'm gonna serge these edges so that the fabric doesn't fray like crazy. In the meantime, I actually need to feed Hermes, so let's take like a 5-minute break, and then when we get back from our break, we'll actually start like what I think will be the right process for doing this. Okay, BRB, you guys go get some snacks, go get some water. Hello, Mono Next, welcome in. No worries, welcome in. I hope that you've been having fun lurking, but I'll be back. Please go get some water, go stretch your legs, go get a snack. BRB. Okay, I'm back. Back with the fabric. Hermes is fed. Okay. Drinking some water. Okay. Here is what I did. Oh, sorry, bud. Here we go. Go on. Hermes, get in bed. Good boy. Good boy. Get your toy. Go on. Get your toy. Good boy. Go get your toy. Go on. Get your toy. Hermes. Okay, sorry. But Mono next, if you're here, welcome in. How are you? This is what I did while we were gone. I made it so that the raw edge was covered up with this serged edge. I just serged it. And this is because this fabric, when it's like a raw edge, will fray like crazy. And I just don't want to like deal with that. So I'm just going to trim these off. Okay, so here is, I think, my idea, like how I'm gonna do this. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to sew these two pieces together, and that way, how should I do this? Because I think I like this side more because it looks darker. I think this side just looks darker overall for what I want to go for. Hello, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. We are trying to figure out how to make this fabric less slippery because my real corset fabric, I cut it out of this stuff, which is basically the same as this, but you know, in pink. And the fabric pieces are, the pattern pieces are too slippery, so I'm doing a smaller garment. I'm trying to figure out what might be best. I think if I just stitch it down, and I think this might work. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stitch these three pieces together so that I can, is it too slippery for the machine, or like it moves when you're stitching? The bigger problem is when I have the pattern pieces on and I'm like tracing the edge, this fabric, I don't know if you can see, but this fabric moves around a lot. So when I was picking up my pattern piece and putting it back down, the lines didn't match up anymore. So I need to make it so that this stays still so that I can, you know, because we're making a corset and it's pretty precise, so I don't want to have to like also deal with like a wiggling piece of fabric. Do you also sew? Are you a crafter? Okay, so here's what I have. I have a sewing machine here. And we're just gonna pin these three pieces together. Actually, let me move the sewing machine. We'll pin first and then we'll sew after. Pin first, sew later. Fashion designer by trade, but I stream arts and crafts at night? Ooh, okay, we love that. But no, yeah, like I think it's too slippery. I literally do not have any interfacing, so I gotta work with what I have. I have like, I don't know if you make corsets, if you've found an Arania black pattern, but that's the pattern maker that I'm using for these pieces. I have the Dahlia corset and the Raven neck corset, so I'm just gonna pin this together so that I can sew this down. And since we're just doing straight edges, we don't have to be super precise. I have made a corset before, but usually just found, or just from my own patterns. I feel like drafting a corset pattern seems kind of difficult. I feel like it involves a lot of measuring, which I am not particularly good at. Sometimes pattern weights or putting something heavy down kind of helps. Yeah, I've been using like these, I have these pattern weights that I made out of like bathroom tile, and I put like the felt on the bottom. I also have these little like fabric pattern weights that I've made, but it did not help to keep the pattern down and like keep the shape on the fabric. So I think we're just going to flatline this piece down so that it doesn't move around, or we can just draw on the stiffer piece but flatline it together so that it's, you know, the pretty fabric on the outside. If you have a question, I can try to answer. How long have you been doing fashion design? And if that's your career, when did you know you wanted to do that as a career? That's exciting. That's so cool. Okay. All right, so that side is done. Let me pin this side down. My dog is just standing around. What's he doing? Okay, he was just getting comfortable. It's okay, he's fine. No, this way. I was like, the pattern pieces, the fabric doesn't look the same. Okay, now we're good. Now we are okay. Okay, so I'm gonna tack this down. Tack this down. Here. Here. Okay, I need to mark where this edge is. I knew right out of high school. My grandma taught me how to sew and crochet and all that. I just fell in love with making things I could wear. I've been in the industry for 13 years. Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. What was the first thing your grandmother taught you how to sew? I wish I had like a supportive adult figure in my life that like encouraged me to pursue my passions. Oh, okay. My presser foot. Okay, we don't have to be super precise because we are literally just tacking this down. I have my stitch length at 4. Just gonna tack this down. Okay. I'm like just feeling for the fabric underneath. Also, if it's too loud, I can definitely turn the machine or my microphone off. Oh Hopefully it's not too loud for you guys. Already shifting. Oh my god, I can feel it. Why is this fabric so slippery? Why did I do this to myself? I should have bought interfacing. I was like, I don't need interfacing. It'll be fine. I can just flatline like a fool. I wanted pretty slippery fashion fabric. This is what I get for wanting that. Pinned it so nice and neat too. I'm just undoing these pins. Doesn't sound loud? Perfect, thank you, son. The tension's all weird. Oops. I forgot to check the tension on my sewing machine. Hold on. I'm just gonna like let it. Let me just adjust the tension here. A quilted blanket for my Barbie dolls. Oh, that's so cute. What an adorable project with your grandmother. Okay, I'm just trying to get the thread to not be so tight on this because I did not check the tension on this and it's slightly different than sewing what I previously put together on this machine. Just loosening it up a bit. Okay. Maybe that's okay. That'll be fine. It's okay. We're literally just putting the two pieces together. It'll be fine. Okay. Presser foot. Here we go. I hate using the. Sometimes I hate using this thread because it snaps so easy, but oh, that's why. It's because this thing is loose. Okay, it's fine. All right, everything is okay. Don't worry, we got this. You know, I just want to super glue this thing onto my machine. I know I shouldn't, but I want to. What is the thing that you are most proud of making? What has been like your greatest life's work so far? Not that you've made your greatest life's work, but so far. What would that be? Okay, I think the tension is fine now. What's for Din Din at Princess's Castle? I made some bumbo whey, which I ate earlier for lunch. So I guess that's what was for dinner. Nothing too exciting. Just leftovers, you know. I made a wedding dress? Oh my gosh, was it for like a client or did you make a wedding dress for a friend, a family member? That's crazy. Someone's dream wedding dress? Okay, that's not going anywhere. All right. Okay, we got it together. Let me turn off the machine before I move it, actually. Okay, I think this is gonna work. I'm gonna iron this, actually. Okay. Once some of these are too tight. That was my fault for the tension. I'm just gonna unpick some of these to make it less tight on the fabric. For me, no longer married, so there's that. But I do have thoughts about whenever I decide to get married on what I will and won't do. Oh, that makes sense. Well, sorry about your marriage. But hopefully it was for the best. And I'm just going to pull this. I don't like the way the back is sitting there on the fabric, actually. I should have tested the tension before. My bad. How long did it take you to put together before? Or did you just... Oh, it's fine. Dio, hello, welcome in. How are you? Happy Tuesday. I can't believe it's already Tuesday. Alright, I don't like... I should have pinned this more carefully. That's okay. Alright, we're gonna iron. My dog is just in the way. I'm just ironing the wrinkles out. Okay. I'm gonna watch that so my dog doesn't touch it. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. It took me about 3 months total because I was sewing it after my 9 to 5. 4 hours each night for 3 months straight. That's crazy. Well, I hope that it is a testament to your skill because that is crazy. The amount of work it takes to make a wedding dress. I cannot imagine. That's so crazy. Okay, but... And that's like a huge project for that to be like the best thing that you've ever made so far. That's crazy. Alright, we have these pieces. They need seam allowances. So I need to remember to leave space on the edges and not butt this so close up against the side here. Okay, these pieces pieces are so much easier to manage because they're smaller than the actual corset pieces. But if this works, this will give me a good idea of maybe how to tackle the actual corset pieces, because that, or I give up and go get some fusible interfacing. I know the Joann's near me are like going, what is it? They're having like their sales. So a lot of people have already purchased like so many pieces. And I don't know what their stock looks like. You know? Okay, so let's just be mindful of seam allowance. I'm not going to be super precise with the grain line for this. This is just a test. And it's fairly small, so I don't think it'll be too long to put it together. Okay, so that's also piece number 1. Let's do, I need a good way to label this. No. What's the work you're most proud of so far? My pair of stays. Actually, let me go get it. I don't think I've ever shown you guys my pair of stays. Let me go get it. This is like new to me, sharing like stuff that I've made. Give me 1 second. You know, as I was going to get it, I had like the briefest memory that I have actually already shown you guys. But this is what I am most proud of, is, let's see, hold on. Is this. And this was my pandemic project. I did this during the pandemic. Yeah, thank you. I think this was upholstery fabric from Joann's, but all of the boning channels were sewn by machine, but all of the bias tape that you see here was sewn on by hand. And I didn't do the circular tabs, which I should have, but I just followed the pattern. I didn't like trim anything. And so I did do very clean, neat corner binding. I also did the eyelets. I don't know if you can see it, but I did do the eyelets by hand. So this is the best piece that I have ever made, very carefully. It's lined too. I attached the lining by hand. I put the lining together and I attached it by hand. And yeah, proudest piece. The best thing I've ever made. Hopefully not my entire life, but you know. But thank you for asking. Do you have a machine? I do have a machine. Yeah, the bias tape by hand, but the machine, like the boning channels by machine. There's no way I would have done like mindless hours of straight seaming by hand. Absolutely not. Bye, it's EP time. Bye, John. I hope you have a good sleep. Thanks for coming by. I really appreciate it. It's beautiful. Great job. Thank you. Lynn, thank you for the pretty comment. I definitely tried my best. But yeah, I dabbled a bit in all of the history bounding stuff for a while. Still have, obviously, very heavily inspired. Did I put this out right? Yeah, I don't know. We'll keep going. Heavily inspired by YouTubers like Bernadette Banner, Rachel Maxey, Morgan Donner, Minji Lee. I love all those content creators on YouTube. I recently got into the stitchery. She's kind of chaotic, but also so funny. So yeah, I think my whole thing is I really want to one day be able to make my own wardrobe, like a me-made wardrobe, I guess, is what I want to do. Having such a good time in 14, then Graha Tia arrives. You don't like Graha Tia? What's wrong with Graha Tia? This is piece number 2. And flip it around. Right now I'm just going around transferring each pattern piece onto the fabric, and then I think I'm gonna try thread marking these pieces as well, just so I can basically copy my process so that I can get used to doing it like this for my actual corset. This is 2L. Okay. He got cool creeped by Graha Blast. We don't need 2 cat boys? Oh, I see. I am quite a fan of the cat boy. The cat boys? My dog's finally eating the bone I gave him. What an adorable dog. I love him so much. Okay, this piece can be a little bit closer. Did I miss any messages? Let me double check. I didn't know you did crafting? Oh, Dio. I do. I love crafting. It's one of my favorite things to do. I love crafting. I think there's just something so calming about it, you know? And like to be able to make something from nothing, you know, with your hands, with time and patience. I think it's one of the most rewarding things you can do. I mean, I love playing video games too, for sure. But being able to turn like flat pieces of fabric into something that you can wear, there's just something so rewarding about that. Okay, I think this is where we're gonna skip over that. I'm gonna go. Do I have enough? We might have to. Let me start from this side now. I don't like this. Hold on. Let me just snip this off. They're not staying together quite how I thought they would on the side. Did I like? It's just being a little stubborn. I hate having to unpick my work. I'm Catboy right now. I gotta change to something else. You don't like being a Catboy duo? I mean, Catboys are pretty hot. It's pretty popular. Okay. Seeing the various things people make or create physically or digitally is always amazing to see. I know, right? So incredible. People are so talented. Already have, okay. We need the back piece of that. I'm gonna mental note for myself. Okay. Mental note, piece number 3 needs the opposite side. Also, like, drawing the markings on a piece of fabric that doesn't shift around is so nice. Yesterday, when I was doing this, I was literally fighting with the fabric to get it to mark straight. So maybe I do get fusible interfacing or something. This piece, number 5. And I did it turned around, so that's 5L. So that, so now I'll do it like this. Is there a more? Okay, let's do this one first. I'm just trying to be a little bit more careful about my fabric pieces because I'm like running up to the middle and I'm like, I thought I cut enough fabric for this, but perhaps I did not. We kind of just slapped it on and was like, okay, that looks like it has enough space for everything, but I don't think it did. And there's gonna be so much waste, but that's okay. It is a learning process. This is number 4L. Wow, nice hands! Did you grow them yourself? Oh, Autumn, I did. In fact, these are homegrown, you know? How are you, Autumn? Welcome in. If you guys haven't, please check out my super talented friend, One Autumn Tea Leaf. I just woke up. She's so adorable. She's so talented at the French horn and violin. So musically inclined. And she does a whole bunch of funny edits for VTSO. So, you know, go check that shit out. How are you, Autumn? It's been so long. I've been so busy. I say I've been busy, and yet I've been, like, not posting anything. Because, radical idea, I have been resting. I know, right? Me resting? Crazy. They have fancy, cool tailor's chalk? Is this cool? Is this fancy? It's just, it's just A piece of chalk. I don't know. Is it cool and fancy? I don't think I have enough space. We might have to just wing the last piece. I might have given some of these pieces too much seam allowance. Perhaps. Proud of you, but it's a weird shape for pros. Oh, is it? I mean, it's just... Wait, are you used to like the triangle shaped one? I mean, there's like multiple... I don't think this is gonna fit. There's like multiple pieces, right? Okay, so we have 5L, 4L, 3. We need to fit this piece. I think if I place it slightly off grain, it might fit. We'll have to fudge the seam allowance too. Maybe that's okay. This is a practice piece. I think we just have to, I just have to accept that it's not going to be perfect for a practice piece. Never seen chalk in this shape? Really? I mean, I feel like I see plenty of chalk in this shape. You know, I did learn how to sharpen this. For those of you who sew and have seen these and you're like, how can I draw with this when the edge gets too flat? I learned recently how to sharpen these. You can do it with scissors, preferably not your sewing scissors, right? You can do it with like a pair of like regular scissors, paper scissors, or you can use a knife. What you're gonna do is you're gonna shave the edge. So basically, you just shave the edge of this until you get a nice sharp edge again. And I was like, of course, of course that's how you do it. Of course that's how you sharpen these things. And I was like, why was that so easy? Because for the longest time, I didn't want to use these because I use the chalk pens that like have the rolling, like the little rolling thing that dispenses chalk into the fabric. But I was like, oh my god, this is so genius. And this is so much more economical, like using these chalks. So Guther, hello, welcome in. How are you? Hello, hello. It's been a while. Hope you have been doing well. Okay, I'm going to thread mark now so that I can just cut these together. My needle here. I still lick my thread. If you're grossed out by people licking things, never ask me to make something for you, because in the process of making things, I will lick the thread. Hanging in there, I suppose, is better. Hanging in there. Oh, Guther, I'm so sorry. Sorry that life isn't as great for you right now. I hope that it gets better. But I'm doing good. Just been working on some projects, hanging out with, you know, this guy I've been talking to, and, I guess life isn't too bad. Trying to relax for once, you know? trying not to be a workaholic. Oh, my dog's really going at it. It's so cute when he like, oh my god, do you guys? I don't know if you guys look at dogs or watch dogs often, but like when dogs go to poop, they like spin around a couple of times before they find like the perfect place to poop, you know? And when my dog does it, when he pops a squat, he has like the cutest, most vulnerable expression on his face. It's like he looks at me with all of the like desperation in his eyes, like, please protect me while I expose my backside to the world. I hate when I am holicked on work. Holicked? Why are you holicked? What's holicked? Okay. I'm just gonna smooth out the fabric because it was not that smooth and it was driving me nuts. Okay, we're just gonna thread mark these pieces and we're gonna keep the two pieces together when we thread mark them. I'm so weak, keep me safe, exactly! Princess found a prince? Scandalous? I mean, Jack kinda knows, we've been talking for a little bit. So what I'm doing right now is I am thread marking the seam lines. So in case the chalk rubs off, the thread is right where I'm supposed to sew. If that makes sense to you guys. That's why they follow you to the bathroom? That's right, Chippy! They want to keep you safe when you're pooping. When you're doing your business. Thank you for the head pat, Shrill. Thank you for the metaphorical head pats, because today I am a PNG, so no head pats on screen. How are you, Shrill? Welcome in. I'm just trying out a potential technique, because if this works, I might just have to redo the pieces that I have. Because I do have cotton voile that I can flat line together, and then I can probably do that as one layer and then do my other fabric as the lining. We'll see. We'll see how well this turns out. Hello, Zero! Welcome in. Hello, hello. Love me free hands and wrists? Yeah, hands today, because we are crafting. I wish I could explain the concept of personal space and doors to animals. My dog actually does not push on doors. If the crack is too small for him, he doesn't realize that he can just push with his face or push with his paws. He's really polite. He'll stand there until you push the door slightly wider for him so that he can go inside. It's very funny. It's very adorable. How's the sewing going? Sewing has been going okay. I'm testing a method out potentially for my bigger pieces, because I was working on it yesterday and I realized that the fabric is probably like too slippery. and I need to figure out a way to stabilize it, because the pieces were turning out like wonky, like the shape of the pattern was not being conveyed properly to the fabric. So I am testing something, I'm changing gears, and I'm doing a little test here just to see if this will work better. And we just finished tracing all of the pieces. And so what I'm doing right now is called thread marking. And I'm basically marking where the lines are, so that when I mean, this is twofold. It's so that the pieces front and back stay together, and also so in case the chalk rubs off, I still have something I can reference to sew. And I'm just running like some really big stitches to trace the line. But how's your Tuesday been, Zero? Thanks for coming by. What a baby! Hermes, he's such a baby. Did you guys fall for any April Fool's tricks today? Like I mentioned earlier, I haven't super been on social media today. Work has been quite busy, so I haven't had time to browse, but what's everyone been talking about? What's everyone been joking and japing about? I did hear today when I was looking on Reddit for news, apparently one of the senators was talking on the floor for like 20, well, I think he broke the record for the longest, was it filibuster? I don't think he's filibustering though. Are they voting on anything today? There's been a huge rise in updog today. I'm not falling for that, Ryan. Hi, Ryan. Welcome in. How are you? Hopefully it's been a good day, a good week for you so far. Did you fall for any? I did not. I have not been subject to victimhood from jokes and japery today. Hello, hello. I happened to hear it and was like, I gotta say the thing, just in case Princess falls for it. Most of the fools I have seen today were more like people doing things in a different, humorous way. Like I said yesterday, I feel like it's only funny if it doesn't hurt anyone. And if, like, you aren't left feeling like a fool after the joke's been revealed, you know, because no one likes to feel embarrassed for being tricked, you know? So as long as it's something harmless, then it's okay, but if it's something more than that, maybe you should consider why you want to hurt someone so bad. Today I pinched people because they weren't wearing green, not hard. Maybe laugh. Zalkinmon, thank you for the hydrate. Appreciate you. Guys, if you haven't, please check out the Zokinman. He is a violist in VTSO. We've also got Autumn on French horn, okay? Please check out these super talented musicians. What's up? How was work? How was the daily affirmations from your orchestra? If you're gonna pinch someone, you gotta make them feel it. You know, I was just thinking about it. I was like, I don't think I've been pinched in a very long time. Like, that's something adults do to, like, little babies and stuff. And, like, I don't get pinched, like, ever. Like, when's the last time either A, you pinched someone, or you got pinched? Because that doesn't happen often, you know? We had a good rehearsal, same. Yay, Princess Dream Cupid, hello! We are sewing something. I'm just testing out a technique right now that I think will work for this. So we're doing a little test. But welcome in, Cupid. You guys should check out Cupid too, a very cute crocodile VTuber. We have so many streaming friends visiting us today. I'm just continuing on thread marking stuff. Gotta be mindful of our 1 centimeter seam allowance. See, I already started rubbing off some of the chalk. This is why it's so important for me to thread mark these things. Okay. Alright, this is too short. I'm gonna save this though, just in case. Where's the thread here? Forgive my typos! Oh, it's okay. We love typos. Did you have a typo? I have a toddler nieces? Oh, been pinched recently? I see. Lurkin and fork knifing. Hope you're well. I've been good. Thanks, Shrill. Looking good. Good morning. It is the evening. But hello, Jose. Welcome in. We're crafting today. I am testing out a technique for this smaller piece. And if this works, I'll have to do more work, but I'll do it for my actual corset if this ends up working. I'll be really annoyed, but what can I do? What can I do? Alright, since we are thread marking, let me get rid of some of these things here. But Cupid, how are you? Jose, welcome in. Zokinmon, how was work today? How was rehearsal? Do you do other stuff aside from your orchestra that you teach? Do you have like a community orchestra that you're a part of? Okay. Let's get to thread mark it. Here we go. I'm just making sure that the two pieces are super flat, so that there's no bubbles. We're just gonna line these together. Are you going to off-time, Zokinman? I clinic at high schools, play in the nearby professional symphony as a substitute, teach conducting, and I teach summer course about popular music genres. Ooh, for like a college or like a high school? Sounds very, very busy. Got a lot on your plate, dude. And you got married this year? Crazy. College level, gotcha. I think when I'm able to hold it, it just makes it a little bit easier for me to sew this. feel like those, it's slightly, I am bending it. I probably shouldn't. I am bending the fabric slightly when I hold it from the, hold on. Just do it. Just do it on the table. It's okay. Take your time. There's no rush. A couple of musicians in this community, there are so many. And a lot of them I did meet through VTSO, but some people have just found us over time. For those of you who don't know, who have come in after we've done some VTSO stuff, I also am a part of the VTuber Symphony Orchestra. I play violin. I mainly do second violin because, one, I'm not that good, and two, I hate shifting up on my instrument. I know I probably should learn. I stopped learning how to play violin in high school, you know, so I have a severe lack in skill. Multi-talented, let's go. I feel like I just have a lot of hobbies. I just like to do a lot of things. Sometimes to my detriment, because how can one person do so much with so little time in the day, you know? And I work a full-time job, which, like, I need to do that. That's like, of all the things that, you know, I'm allowed to shift around in my schedule, I can't shift that around. That's what makes me money, so that I can continue to do the things that I love to do on stream. So that is like a solid 9 hours of my day that I cannot dedicate to doing other things. Jack of all trades? It's true, jack of all trades, but master of none. But oftentimes better than master of one. You haven't learned how to duplicate yourself yet? Casual! Oh my god, my phone is dying. Hold on, I need to plug it in. I can't read chat on this anymore. My phone is dying. I hear you. I feel the same way about myself. What kind of hobbies do you have? Share. Aside from being a very talented fashion designer, what kind of hobbies do you have? My dog is sitting at an angle where I cannot see him eating his bone. And I need to make sure he's like not choking on it, you know? Thank you for the lurk, Chippy. Gotta get some McD's? That sounds so good. What are you getting? Dude, can you bring some for the class? That sounds so yummy. Okay. Got 3 pieces. Let's do... Oh my god, see, the markings are already... What piece is this for? They're already disappearing on me. And on this side, got it. Okay, snip, snip. What if I'm actually terrible? You can't call me talented if you haven't seen my work yet. I mean, someone doing something for 13 years, and the fact that you made your own wedding dress, I feel like someone does not one does not merely attempt to make a wedding dress, you know? Like, you have to be confident in your skills to be able to pull off a wedding dress. And if you attempted it. I feel like you are someone who actually can sew and sew very well. Unless, you know, I guess someone who's like a little bit delulu could also do the same. I don't know. I guess so. I guess that's also an option. I used to play guitar a lot, the usual random crafts, trying to get better at embroidery. Ooh, you know, recently I've been getting a lot of like embroidery and beadwork on my YouTube algorithm with like really shiny like gold like metal pieces that get embroidered onto garments, and I'm literally like in awe. It looks like it takes so long. I was watching this lady do like I think heron embroidery on like a red coat inspired by I think the Wheel of Time, maybe like a book or a movie description of a garment, and I was like, that's so impressive. And like it turned out so beautifully too. Nuggies and fries. Gonna try out the Minecraft dipping sauce. What flavor is the Minecraft dipping sauce? Love chicken McNuggets. Absolutely. You know, actually maybe so my friends and I meet up every Friday for D&D, and it has been a while since we've done a Nug night. Maybe we should do a Nug night this week. I'll message my friends. We haven't decided on dinner for the week yet, so perhaps a Nug night is in order. If I were to do an April Fool's joke, what would I do? Obviously, I did not prepare anything for April Fool's. I'm not a very tricks and japery kind of person. You know, I kind of do want to remake this thimble. This is like my second leather thimble that I've made for myself, but it's already starting to like, I don't know if you guys can see, but it's already starting to wear itself out. So I probably need to make myself another one at some point soon. Because I just want to protect my fingies. You can definitely sew without a thimble. It just fucking hurts your fingers. And this way you can go so much faster because like you can't feel the needle, you know? Going in and out of your, or not going in and out of your finger, but poking your finger as you guide the needle in and out of the fabric. Plot twist! The Minecraft sauce contains a creeper that explodes upon opening. I've never played Minecraft. Is Creeper one of those green zombie monsters? I've never played Minecraft because it's like a first-person perspective. And those kind of games always give me a headache. So I can't do it. I wish I could. I feel like I have such a debuff. So many people play Minecraft collaboratively. I also know there is a VTSO member setting up a Minecraft server, which like, I wish I could play with everyone, but I literally will get such a huge migraine, and like, it is definitely not worth it for me to play Minecraft. Because I'll be like debilitated. for like the next, for like the whole evening if I do it, you know? Okay. Let me trim this. And do straight stitches here. And then across. Cool. Good. Alright, next piece, let's go. I feel like we're making good time. I feel like it's not taking so long and being so unmanageable, you know? Plus this is a very small piece. It would be a different story if these pieces were like torso length. Yes? Oh, okay, so they are the green guys. Do they look like little penises? Is that what it is? Like, I think I've seen them when other people, like, have played it, or, like, I've seen, like, screenshots, maybe? Or am I thinking of something else? Someone help me here. I don't play Minecraft, so I don't know. I know Cupid plays Minecraft. Maybe if she's still here, she can answer my question. My phone isn't here anymore, so I can't see if you guys are responding to chat, so I have to like, I have to turn around more often. My thread is running low. I did, like, earlier today. Let me show you guys. Earlier today when I was, like, kind of lazy. I was, like, it was lunchtime, and this week I'm working from home. So I was a little bit lazy. And instead of, like, turning the fabric around, because the fabric was quite long and was covering like most of the table and hanging off of the table as well, and I was kind of lazy. I didn't want to move it because again, the pink fabric frays so much. I actually sewed with my left hand. And I was like, maybe I should like practice this, because like knowing how to like stitch with both hands, like hand stitch, is that I feel like that would be a little bit of a game changer. I don't know if I can show you guys on this last length here. The thread is getting small, and when that happens, it is a little bit more unmanageable. Let's try. It was like this, and like I was trying to sew this way, so I put this on my middle finger, and then it feels weird, but I feel like it would be such a game changer if I could like sew with my left hand too. I would have to really get, I mean, because I can, right? When I play violin, I have to be dexterous with my left hand, so the human body can get used to and learn a lot of different things, you know? And maybe if I just keep at it using my left hand, it'll get easier and easier, right? We all start from somewhere. Surely. wasn't so hard. And that's why we saved a thread. Where did my thread go that I saved? I had an extra thread. Oh, here. I was like, I saved it for a reason, so I could thread mark when I ran out. Okay. Okay, let's not joke around anymore. Serious business only. Oh my god. This needle is so thin. I got a new, on Sunday I was working on something for a friend, and the needle would like take quite a bit of effort to pierce through the fabric, and I was like, I have a feeling that maybe my sharp is just really dull. Like, I haven't used it, or I've used it for a while, I haven't replaced it, and it's probably rusted a little bit from all my finger oils. So when I got a new one, this new one here, I was like, wow, it's so sharp and it goes through fabric like nothing. And I was like, it's probably why the sharps come in such a large pack for you to... Where did the thing go? So you could, where did my thread go? Replace the needles often. What the heck? Did I misplace my thread somewhere? Is it on me? No. Hello? It literally was just right here. Oh. It was hidden. Okay. As I was pulling this, I thought of something and then I forgot. What was I thinking of? Oh, I was gonna check my phone battery. 26%? We can continue. I can continue using this for chat. Oh, I have some messages. Give me one moment. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Just wanted to check what my friends were saying. Okay, let's double check there isn't any bubbles. No bubbles in the back. Great. Okay. Ooh, do you guys want to see my little, thread booklet? Not thread booklet, needle booklet? When I was doing a lot of embroidery and cross stitching, I made myself a little needle book so that I could keep my needles with me in like a little bag. Let me show you guys. Nothing better than watching a new Jump King player and seeing their reaction to Milk Crate. Oh, how was it? What'd they say? What'd he say first of all, and what did they say? This is my needle book that I made. You can... Some of these blanket stitches are so tiny. I don't know if you can see, if it's very clear. But my friend helped me. We figured out the pattern and we printed it on transfer paper, like freezer paper. And then we ironed it onto the felt so that I could cut it out and then stitch directly on and then pull the transfer paper off. And some of these stitches are really neat. I tried to do it as neat as possible. There's a little pocket in the back here for scissors. This is also quite precious. In theory it works, but by design, not great, as you guys can see. I probably needed to put this over here, but that's fine. And then inside I have my embroidery needles. These ones aren't sharp. They're meant to go through like holes in like the big Ida cloth. These are my sharps here. These are actual sewing needles. Then I have a few pins just in case I wanted to pin something, and I have some more pins. This is a long quilting pin. But yeah, so this is my little needle book that I used to take with me everywhere when I would sew on the go. Me back? Welcome back! How is your nuggies and fries and Minecraft sauce? How is it? He did the phone upside down, and then you have a very kind face. Oh my god, wait, what did the streamers say? How did they react initially? And then, after they realized, what did they say? Because the phone upside down thing, you know, takes a little bit, especially if you're like super focused. It takes a while for like what he said to like register in your mind. You're like, wait, what? Sure laughed that they got it. They got. It was positive. That's so cute. Ugh, I miss Jump King so much. Thank you for the hydrate reminder time. Thank you very much. Looking good. Is that the thing you were cutting the other day? Yes! We were cutting these. We were cutting not just these pieces, but some of the bigger pieces as well. But yeah, these are the pieces that I was cutting. And you can see I've transferred them onto this fabric here. But yeah, exactly. Thank you so much for the hydrate time. Guys, make sure you have some water. Remember to hydrate so that you don't dehydrate. And if you need some more water, you know, get up, stretch your legs, go get some water from the fridge, go get some water from whatever fancy upright water gallon thing that you have, you know, at home. Some people have, I know that when I was little, we didn't get our water from the fridge. My parents would buy those big, like, gallon jugs. I think they're more than a gallon of water, but they're like the really big blue jugs that you can get refilled, and that's how we drank our water. We would have like, I don't know, 2 or 3 of those in the house. I don't know if my parents have switched over to just filtered tap water or just water from the fridge now. But that's, I like remember that when I was a kid, we would have that big jug set on the counter, and anytime you wanted water, you would just get it from there. Sorry for the late reaction. You said evening and my brain froze. Oh my gosh, no worries. It's evening where I'm at, but it's probably morning where you're at. No worries at all. I'm a little bit slow in responding too, because when I am focused on a task, I try to complete like whatever section that I have set in my mind. So if I miss a chat or something, I do apologize. Because I mean, now that I have my phone back, right, it's charged a little bit. I can use it and not like look behind me, but it is still a little bit difficult to read chat in real time. I was convincing myself it's still the same day. That nap hit hard. Homie, I don't know what to tell you. That probably was like an actual sleep that you had and not a nap. We used to do that, then my dad started thinking that filtered water was liberal hippie nonsense. Oh my god, are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. That's so crazy. So what, like he just drinks filtered tap water now? Time wonders where all the rum has gone? I'm sorry, I don't have any rum at home, but you're welcome to, you know, Bring your own rum to the table. Make sure you have enough to share with the class. What's everyone's drink of choice? Mine is definitely, if you drink, of course. If you don't drink, you know, no worries. What's your non-alcoholic drink of choice? But if I were to drink, it would probably be a mint mojito. That's my drink of choice. Coca-Cola, Empire brand banana soda. That sounds so good. Does a banana soda just taste like bananas? Like sparkling banana juice? Hold on, what does banana juice taste like? You can't juice a banana, can you? Because the banana is not liquidy. You know? You wanna guess what my drink of choice is? It's boba. 100%. Yours is some kind of like fancy tea boba. And it's like, it's probably either 100% sweet or 75% sweet, no ice. Did I get it right? Tastes like those banana runts. If you've had those, oh my god, I love banana runts. That sounds so yummy. Close? Wait, what's your actual order? If I'm just close, what's your actual order? Oolong 25% sweet, no ice. I see. I just missed the amount of sweet. Only 25% sweet? I see. Not a sweet tooth. Okay. Go this one. Oops. There we go. I save my sugar for desserts? I see. I mean, the boba is the dessert, no? I mean, when I drink boba, I get so full. There's like so much sugar and milk in there. I guess not milk, but like boba still has like a viscosity to it, a denseness to it that doesn't feel like water, you know? So for me, boba is like, if I'm gonna drink boba, I'm probably not gonna like eat, you know? I'm like gonna snack, because it's kind of like a meal. Hello Fuzz, I'm sorry, thank you for the metaphorical pie, but no real pie today, because we are crafting. How are you? I can dream it will work. You can dream in your mind, it makes the sound in your head. I mean, was that close? Did that sound close to you guys? If you have a pie in the fridge though, I will feel cheated. Why? I crushed a 32-ounce milk tea today, but 0% sugar. I see. That's still a lot of milk. Dairy or, you know, non-dairy, that's still a lot of liquid that you consumed. Did you do your daily yoga yet? Are you on your way to do daily yoga? But welcome in, we are crafting today. I've put the pattern pieces on, and now I am thread marking it so that in case the chalk markings rub off, I can still see where I'm supposed to be sewing. It was oat milk. Just a tad bit healthier. I see, I see. A little bit healthier because oat milk. Because of course, oat milk. Super healthy, you know? You should have a PNG of a pie that you manually drop on your head, or better yet, drop a pie on your head IRL. What happens if you make oatmeal with oat milk? You just have an oatmeal, right? At least that's what I think that is. Okay, that's done. Thread mark this next piece here, where the center of the neckline is supposed to go. Okay. I think the marking is gone. What piece is that? This one. Okay, now I can see it. Awesome. Okay, all done. Looks good. I think, oops. Oh, these need to be replaced. Okay, this is not long enough, so we're gonna save that in case we can use it. Gonna get longer thread. It's re-solidifies into just the plant itself. I see. It's just oatmeal with oat milk is just oat. The same thing that happens when you use powdered milk with milk instead of water. You just made a solid brick of milk, you know? Do you guys say milk or do you say milk? You say milk or milk? I know Ever says milk, and I'm just like, every time she says it, I'm just like, what? Oh my gosh, I was talking to Mr. Blueberry today, and I was telling him, oh yeah, I'm making some bimboe, and like, he said something, I think he said like, bimboe, but the way he said it was so cute and so adorable, but so hilarious, because it was so wrong. I didn't say anything to him, but it was so funny. Milk. Milk. People who say milk watch The Simpsons. You mean milk with an E? It's like milk, milk, milk. She says milk. It's so I can't say it the exact way that Ever says it. But it's one of the few words with multiple pronunciations. I only use one. I mean, most people only pronounce things one way, right? Oh, how do you guys say, do you guys say Caribbean or do you say Caribbean? I say Pirates of the Caribbean, but like, if you're talking about a Caribbean cruise, I say caramel and caramel. How do y'all pronounce water? Oh my gosh. Chrono's asking this because every time I would ask him, oh, do you want some water, Chrono? He'd be like, oh, yeah, I'd like some water. And I'm just like, some what? Princess, you need to be aware of how hard this conversation is for us. Unless you can secretly hear us. You don't know that. What if I can't hear you? What if you can, like, you know, spell out the way that you say it with different letters, and I can try to say it the way that you say it? You never know. She's in the walls! Water, exactly. because Chrono went to school in the UK, so of course he speaks English kind of like a British person, but not with like a British accent. I don't know how to describe the way Chrono talks. It's just sometimes when he says water, it's water. And I'm just like, it throws me off. Which, by the way, he helped me put together this sewing table. Well, kind of like a side crafts area table. After doing this stream, I'm realizing I maybe need to figure out a way to get my microphone over here and possibly my tracking camera, because you guys can't see me. And we just have to deal with PNG for right now. But perhaps something for me to think about. I was just like so excited to do like the crafting and the sewing. I didn't even consider logistics of what the actual like tracking would be like and all the other fun stuff that a VTuber has to think about. Okay. Done. Let's mark this middle section here. British, how come I never see him type cheers? He does say cheers sometimes. My English is 99% American, but with 1% British pronunciation and spelling. That is very true. Very, very true. Okay. 2 more pieces. Let's go. We're almost done. And then we can cut out these pieces and start sewing. Which I don't think we'll have time for tonight. So I'll probably just update you on how this test goes. And then probably the next time I schedule a crafting stream, we'll be back to business as usual with the actual corset. But I'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna go monster hunting. Have a good monster hunter. Thanks for coming by. Monster undies. Underpants challenge in Monster Hunter. Isn't that something like hardcore people do for Monster Hunter? Is they do the underpants challenge where they play with no armor and beat down the monsters. Did Princess remember to charge her controller this time? I did! It's sitting docked on the Switch right now, so they are getting charged, I promise. We'll be ready for the next Earthbound stream. Oh my gosh, are you guys ready for Danganronpa 3? I know Floppy is super ready, but I don't know if I'm ready. I feel like I'm like super dumb. These puzzles and stuff are so difficult for me. I feel so dumb when I play them. Can you guys still see? Hopefully you guys can still see. But I feel so dumb doing it. Okay. I don't know anything. Can I ask a question? And don't... Please answer it as vaguely as possible. Just a yes or no. This is all I need to know. For those of you who have finished Danganronpa 3, does it wrap up the Dangan universe storyline? All I want to know. Yes or no. Does it answer all of the questions that I've had since game 1? If you say anything more than yes or no, I will ban you. I asked ahead of time. I invent pronunciations as I go. I have my own accent. I mean, you know, go you. Sometimes being unique is the way to go, you know? We definitely respect someone who paves their own path. I do not know about 3 or all of your questions to reasonably answer that. Well, that is a very good point. I haven't told you. I haven't asked all of the questions. I guess I'm just curious about the whole, like the world is now taken over by this, like, organization, and, like, it's basically just doomsday outside of the school. Like, it's a wild, lawless land. Does that plot point get clarified in 3? I have played 3 but did not complete it. I see. I see. So close. We're down to the last piece, you guys. And then I can cut these out. And we can do our test. I would say it has some answers to the big questions you probably have. Okay. Okay, that's enough for me. I think that's good enough. I just want to know if I'm gonna have this payoff for playing, like, all 3 games, you know, at the end of this experience. Because I know... How long did 2 take? It took us a while to get through 2. It was definitely... We also had, like, scheduling issues between all of the members who collabed for 2. And so... I think the game definitely stretched. It took the better part of a year for us to finish, I think. And I would not like to do that again. So I do want to be able to finish in, like, you know, ideally I would like to finish in 2 to 3 months for a game like Danganronpa. If we're playing for a long time every Sunday, hopefully that is achievable. You know? It didn't satisfy me, but it might satisfy you. I see. I see. I feel like, does that mean a lot of people have also played Danganronpa in our community? I feel like everyone just has, like, a very similar vibe to them. That's why we can all get along so well here, you know? Okay, so this is done. And last but not least, this middle mark here. leaving that there for a second. Trim that. Okay, we are done thread marking. So let me put this back into my needle book. So I don't lose this later and my dog accidentally step on it like an idiot. Cause he's just a dumb dog. And we'll trim all of these with seam allowance. Don't forget we need to add seam allowance. I'm just gonna guesstimate. We're not gonna be super neat with this. We're just gonna trim it. I'm just gonna eyeball it. Okay. We do have it marked, so I won't be using the like presser foot to guide me or any of the sewing machine guides. I'm just gonna look at the seam line and sew. Princess, how many times have you pricked yourself? Today? 0 times, none times. I do prick myself often when I sew though, especially when I'm hand stitching. How are you, Seb? Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. I was about to cry for calling him an idiot. I haven't played, but I have watched you as well as other streamers playing it. I see, I see. What do you think of 1 and 2 so far, Chippy? What are your thoughts so far on the story so far of Danganronpa? Realizing that I know 3 VTubers who are also seamstresses, possibly more. And I do not know many VTubers, you know, maybe we just have like a thread in common. A thread in common? I find that most people who kind of know about anime and like anime are also like cosplayers, you know, so I think that makes sense. What piece is this? 4L? Wow, keep it up! Hey, don't throw a toy bone at me, Fuzz. No squeak even? Yeah, I don't have the program up, so it doesn't have any of the noises. Sorry. The streams are chill, not much to say. I see. Okay, 4L. This is just for pieces is 5. I labeled it in chalk, and now they're slowly rubbing off. Moving the thread markings. So careful right here. Okay. That was the piece that we were trying to find, like, somewhere to fit it. So, I might just trim this down. Just a touch. Okay. This is piece number 5, so 4 and 5. And ideally, after all of this, everything should line up perfectly, but I guess we'll see what the pieces have in store for us. Sometimes we do our best and it doesn't work out, so you know, you just gotta pray to the sewing gods. that what you did like made sense. Okay. It's okay if I hit the thread, I think. I'm gonna be sewing it together anyways. We're not really gonna pull at any of these, so. And I'm just gonna very roughly cut these out with the seam allowance. As you can tell, right? Sewing is a lot more, like I said, it's more prep than anything. You spend maybe like 2 minutes in front of the machine, and the majority of the time is marking and pinning, and ironing is really important. Making sure that you iron your pieces when you sew them so that your seams are nice and crisp. Not much to say in a good way. I see. We're patiently trying to guide Princess into making a deduction. That's mostly what I remember. Yeah. Because she didn't want to, like, give it away, right? But you could also tell, like, my best friend was kind of getting snippy at me. She was like, why doesn't she get it? It's so easy. Why doesn't she understand? Let's just cut this piece away. Alright, almost done. We've got like 3 more pieces to cut out. I bet you when I look at this again, the seam allowance on the first pieces are gonna be way bigger than some of the seam allowances that I've cut for these last pieces. This is also something that tends to happen as I cut. My eyeballs start to adjust smaller and smaller for seam allowance. Okay. Okay, so the way that I'm gonna sew this, because I've been looking up methods for seaming a corset together. There's like a whole bunch. You can like press the seams to the outside and like make boning channels out of the seam allowance and stuff. But I think what I'm gonna do is I am going to hold on, let me take a look at this. I'm going to do the sandwich method. So this is, I'm going to count as 1 layer. The sandwich method requires 2 layers. So outside of stream, I'm going to do like I didn't show you guys, but I also have this black fabric here that I can use for the second layer. And basically, I'm gonna do the same pieces, gonna sew it all together, and then I'm gonna sew that together, and it's called the sandwich method. Just trust me on that. So how do these come together? The curved side is center front, and I think this goes with that, like that, like that, and like this. I that's how that goes together. So let me just put this here as a reminder for myself so that I can just visually see this. Okay, so we're gonna seam together this one first. One side first. Okay. So 1 to 2 like this. And we are going to match up the... So the way you do this is you want to match up the tops. And the reason why I marked the middle is to also match that up. So I want to match it up on the other side. Line the pieces up. And then pin. Perfect. Okay, and I might go a little bit slower for pinning. I want to make sure that these are absolutely where they're supposed to be. This is going to be really, really important that these lines match up at the end. I do have a walking foot, so ow, I think that will help with keeping these fabrics even on each other. I should probably test the tension now that I am remembering, because when we sewed the two pieces together, the tension was not great. I'm just making sure that when I prick on this line here, that it also pricks the line. You can see how it's slightly misaligned, like the needle. It needs to match perfectly. So I kind of just wiggle the pieces together until it's exactly on the line. And then when I'm happy with it, I like make a pin down. And so again, sewing is just a lot of fiddling with pieces until it's exactly lined up. It's all the prep work that goes into sewing that makes it sewing. Okay. I might do a couple seams and then I might have to call it here because I want to go play some Final Fantasy XIV. Selfishly, I want to play some Final Fantasy XIV. So I think I'll do one seam and I'll press it to show you guys kind of like what I'm doing. And then I'll be on my way. Okay. Alright, so this is one seam. I pinned it a lot just because I don't know what this is gonna like feel like, but I will test it out with this because I need to know if I get the tension wrong. Okay, so we're just pinning these two pieces together and we're just gonna sew and see how it reacts to the tension. Okay, just test fabric. All right, before we sew the real one, we'll test it out. We'll see what that looks like. Did I line it up properly? I did. Okay. What do you think of the new patch? I haven't had a chance to play it yet. Which way should I roll the tension? Let's start at 3. is usually a good starting point. And my needles. Well, let me change the stitch length to 2. Not moving. Oh, it's 9 o'clock. I will wrap up soon, but I want to finish this. Oh. Alright, hold on. It pulled itself out. What other... Oh, Fuzz, what other, seamstress VTubers do you know? Who else out there is like me? Okay, I'm just gonna test another line just to make absolutely sure. Do I do. Okay. Just so that I can be very meticulous about this, I will switch out my bobbin so I'm not doing a white thread on a dark background. Look, Lamont misses you! Aww. I think Wook Lamont is so adorable. I am sad that, like, the player base does not like her too much. But I think she's a very cute character. And I do think that, like, it is a nice change of pace to not be hero of the universe, you know? I don't always need to be the star of the show. Which way? It's supposed to be this way, actually. I never remember which way thread is supposed to go into my machine. But, you know, we will remember eventually which way it's supposed to go. Okay. We're going to make sure that the thread goes through. It does. Cool. So I just tipped to the side to make sure that my iron was on. We're gonna sew the seam, we're gonna iron it, and then I'm gonna wrap it up for tonight. Okay. Very carefully, I'm gonna sew this line down. And I don't know if you guys can see, but on my machine, on the foot, there is like a red line in the middle. For those of you who have never sewed before, this is to kind of help you visualize where that, like, needle is gonna hit on the fabric. I just want to take it extra careful, you know? This is not blocking. We're just gonna... Okay. So far, so good. You know, I do know that there are people who will sew over a needle. I'm so scared of sewing over needles. I don't know, maybe if they're just like trusting that their machine will not strike the needle and like snap. But I've heard horror stories of like needles breaking and stuff. And like shards going into people's eyeballs. And so I never, like literally will never sew over a needle. It's like my greatest fear. Okay. Let me just take a look. Okay, we were pretty accurate, I think. And so now I should be able to just pull this thread marking. Just in case it pops out, I should just be able to pull it. Unless it got sewn down. But I think, because you can kind of see it from the inside, or from the outside, so I'll pull these. Oh, okay, that one came out. That one was fine, it came out A-okay. Pull on this one. This one is not pulling out fine. Where is it? This one? Oh, it's because I sewed right over it. Okay. Final destination needle to the eye. Oh my god, right? I'm so scared. Do you also fear, Enva? Do you fear a needle going right for your eyeball? It scares me so much. Okay, I'm gonna leave that. Okay, see? Easy. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to press the fabric with the iron real fast. Also, guys, if you want to follow a very talented musician, please check out Enva. She is so talented. Incredible pianist and soprano singer. Also, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press this open. The sandwich method actually is like pressing the seams to one side, but because my second layer is not gonna be the same amount of bulk, I'm gonna press it open. Usually with a corset, this is a big no-no because then the seam is like your only thing as like it's stretching. But this is for my neck, so I'm not gonna tight lace my neck, so we're gonna press it open. Give me 1 second here. Okay, perfect. So, from the outside, it's gonna look like this. Not bad. I think this is the way we're gonna go. So I think I'm gonna hate it, but I may need to redo my pieces with the pink fabric for the actual corset because I think it's just too slippery and the shape doesn't look right. And with a corset, it's very important that the shape is correct to the pattern piece. So I think this was a good test. I will finish this up as a little like experiment. And then I'll go back to my corset. But I think this was a good way to test out the method to seam this together, especially with such a slippery fabric. Okay, I think this is good. Okay, so I got my thing. We're gonna wrap up for today. Thanks you guys for hanging out with me and coming with me on this experiment. Hello, Cap. Yeah, HANDCAM. So I think that was a good experiment. Very informative. Not one that I wanted to be correct, but it is correct, so we have to redo. We gotta redo. All right. Who is on right now that I can raid into for you guys? I'm gonna turn my microphone down because I am closer now to the microphone. Let's see. Who is on that we can raid into? Odessa is streaming Mermaid debut. We got some... Yeah, why don't we go visit Odessa? She's streaming... She's a mermaid today. Man, I'm slightly sad. I spent so much time on these pink pieces. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. I gotta do it right. I'm gonna do it right. Thank you for crafting stream. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out with me. I hope you guys enjoyed the crafting stream. I super enjoyed it. We are going here for the rest of the evening. So if you guys want to load up the stream, oops, sorry, so that it isn't, you know, super so there isn't ads, you know, we're gonna go see my friend Odessa, also part of VTSO, incredible singer. She is so hardworking and so talented. She recently finished her singing March songs, so if you guys are interested, go check out her YouTube channel or her Twitter. She posted all of them. Let's go raid Odessa. If you guys want, and you guys are a subscriber, you can copy either raid message. Both will work. If you are not a subscriber, you will need to copy that second raid message with the cute puppy heads. I'm gonna pin her link just in case you guys get dropped off by the or you know, don't get pulled into the raid. As always, you guys, please be happy, please be healthy, but most of all, please be kind. Be kind to others, because you never know what a smile, hug, or hello could do for someone who's having a bad day. And be kind to yourselves. Make sure you're staying hydrated. Get up and stretch your legs every once in a while. Go touch some grass, because if you don't, you might get an embolism. And then you might die. And we'd all be really sad if you died. Okay? Alright, you guys. Say hello to Odessa for me. She'll take great care of you guys. I will see you all on Thursday. We're going to be doing the 7.2 MSQ for Final Fantasy XIV. So I'm excited. I heard there was a new trial. I heard there was new dungeons. And a little bit of an interesting story. So I will, you know, get to see it with you guys. And but thank you so much for coming by. I really appreciate it. I hope you